Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to my channel, the place where history meets hidden value. I am trying to help you understand the power of the past, how little actually came from it and how much did. First up, we're diving into a fascinating piece of American numismatic history, the Monticello Jefferson nickel from 1962. Specifically, the one minted in Denver, also known as the 1962 with D. Jefferson nickel. If you have one of these in your collection, you might want to pay close attention because it could be worth much more than you think. Before we get into values, let's take a step back in time. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his iconic home Monticello on the reverse. It's a coin steeped in history, representing one of America's founding fathers and his architectural masterpiece. Now, fast forward to 1962. This was a pivotal year for the United States, with cultural and political shifts underway. In the world of coinage, the Jefferson nickel remained a constant, but subtle variations and minting errors from this time have made certain nickels highly sought after by collectors. So, what makes the 1962 with D. Jefferson nickel special? First, the D mint mark indicates that this coin was produced at the Denver Mint. In 1962, the Denver Mint produced over 280 million Jefferson nickels. That sounds like a lot, right? But here's the thing, not all of these coins were created equal. Coins minted during this era often face issues with strike quality. This means that well-struck examples, especially in very fine or better condition, are rarer than you might think. In numismatics, condition is everything. A coin in very fine condition shows moderate wear but retains much of its original detail. Now let's talk about value. A 1962 with D. Jefferson nickel in very fine condition is typically worth value $130,000. However, when you start looking at coins in extra fine or even uncirculated condition, the value increases dramatically. These coins might fetch around $152,000. Values rise to or more. Here's where it gets exciting. In mint state, these coins can command $158,000 depending on eye appeal and luster. Always check for repunched mint marks or double dies. These can increase the value substantially, sometimes into the. If you've got a 1962 with D. Jefferson nickel and you're wondering how to determine its value, start by grading it. Look at key areas like Jefferson's cheek and hairline for wear. On the reverse, check the steps of Monticello. Coins with full steps, meaning every step is clearly defined. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, here are a few tips. Store them in a coin holder or flip to avoid further wear. If you think you have a valuable coin, consider getting it graded by a professional service. Check recent auction results to see what similar coins are selling for. Join coin collector groups online or attend coin shows to learn more about the market. At the end of the day, coin collecting is about more than just money. It's about preserving history, connecting with the past, and enjoying the thrill of the hunt. The 1962 with D. Jefferson nickel may make you rich overnight. And who knows, that little piece of pocket change could be a hidden gem waiting to be discovered. Next up, we're diving into the world of coin collecting, and our focus is on a fascinating coin, the 1985 of P. Monticello Jefferson nickel. If you've ever come across one of these coins in your pocket change, you might want to hold on to it because collectors are keeping an eye on this nickel. In this video, we'll explore the coin's history, its design, its condition grading, and most importantly, its value in today's market. Let's get started. The Jefferson nickel has been in circulation since 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, this iconic coin features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and the Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, on the reverse. The design has gone through a few updates over the years, but the 1985 with P nickel holds a special place in history as a product of its era. The obverse, or front side, features a left-facing profile of Thomas Jefferson. Notice the details in his hair and the inscriptions, including "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the year 1985. On the reverse side, we see the Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home, with the words "E pluribus unum" and the mint mark P for Philadelphia. Pay close attention to the quality of the strike and the details, as these greatly influence the coin's value. When it comes to coin collecting, condition is king. Coins are graded on a scale from poor to mint state. For a 1985 with P. Jefferson nickel, grades like very good or higher can still hold some collector interest, but coins in mint state conditions with a high-quality strike fetch the most value. Look at the details. Are the inscriptions sharp? Is Monticello's dome clear? Are there scratches, nicks, or discoloration? These are all factors that collectors consider when determining a coin's grade. So how much is the 1985 with P. Jefferson nickel worth today? In very good condition, these nickels are typically worth value, $90,000. However, if you have a coin in uncirculated condition or with an error, the value can skyrocket. For example, a 1985 with P. Jefferson nickel in mint state 65 condition might sell for $95,000 more at auction. Keep in mind that market values can vary based on demand and the specific collector community you're selling to. If you're hunting for valuable 1985s with P nickels, here's what to look for. Look for doubled dies, off-center strikes, or misaligned mint marks, or uncirculated coins will have a bright, shiny appearance. Check for sharp details, especially on Jefferson's profile and Monticello. If you think you have a valuable 1985 with P. Jefferson nickel, here's how to sell it. Professional grading from companies can help verify its authenticity and value. Consider listing it on platforms, heritage auctions, or a local coin show. Reach out to reputable coin dealers for appraisals and offers. In summary, the 1985 with P. Jefferson nickel may always be worth a fortune. It's a fascinating piece of American history with potential value in the right condition. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, always keep an eye out for coins like these. They might just surprise you. Next up, we're diving into the unique story and collector's value of the 1964 with D. Monticello Jefferson nickel. But this isn't just any Jefferson nickel. It's a fine condition coin with some very intriguing details on both sides. Could it be worth a fortune? Stick around to find out. Let's start with the obverse side, which features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson. This coin was minted in Denver in 1964, as indicated by the DI mint mark to the right of Jefferson's profile. What makes this coin particularly interesting is the presence of black and brown spots on this side. These spots could result from environmental exposure or chemical reactions over time, but for collectors, they add a layer of uniqueness. While discoloration can sometimes decrease a coin's value, in this case, it contributes to its charm as a collectible piece. Now let's flip it over to the reverse side. Here we see Monticello, Jefferson's historic plantation home, with a fascinating blend of brown and green shades. This discoloration often results from oxidation or aging, especially if the coin has been stored in a less than ideal environment. However, the greenish patina is highly sought after by collectors who appreciate coins with a unique story and natural toning. Now you might be wondering, how does a fine condition coin like this hold up in today's collector market? Fine condition typically means moderate wear, with major details still visible. In this case, both the obverse and reverse designs remain well defined despite the discoloration. That's a huge plus. The 1964 with D. Jefferson nickel is part of a significant year in U.S. coinage history. 1964 was the last year nickels were minted with no silver content. and it marked the end of an era when coins were struck in higher quantities due to increased demand. Over 1.8 billion nickels were minted in Denver that year, making it one of the most produced Jefferson nickels ever. However, finding one with such unique discoloration and in fine condition is far less common. Increment. Let's talk value. In fine condition, a standard 1964 with D. Jefferson nickel typically fetches around $130,000 in today's collector market. Coins with unique toning, like this one with its black, brown, and green hues, can go for much more. Toned coins appeal to niche collectors who are willing to pay a premium for their aesthetic appeal. Depending on the buyer, this particular coin could sell for $142,000 or even more in a competitive auction. If you're a collector, keep an eye out for toned nickels like this one. A unique discoloration can significantly enhance a coin's value, but proper storage is key to preserving its appeal. Always use non-reactive holders and store your coins in a cool, dry place to avoid further damage. And if you stumble upon a similar coin, consider getting it appraised to determine its true market value. So there you have it, the 1964 with D. Monticello Jefferson nickel, with its striking tones and fine condition, is a hidden gem in the world of coin collecting. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just starting your collection, this is a perfect example of how every coin has a story, and sometimes a surprising value. Next up, we're diving into one specific coin that's creating buzz in the collector market, the 1990 with P. Monticello Jefferson nickel. Grab your coin collections because this video might just turn your spare change into big dollars. The Jefferson nickel was introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin features Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his historic Virginia home Monticello on the reverse. The P mint mark represents the Philadelphia Mint, one of the key locations where these coins are struck. By 1990, the coin had seen decades of circulation, but certain versions have stood out to collectors for their rarity and value. So, what makes the 1990 with P. Monticello Jefferson nickel special? For starters, the P mint mark indicates it was struck in Philadelphia. While millions of these coins were minted, only a small fraction remain in excellent condition. Coins graded as very fine or higher can fetch significant value due to their scarcity in such well-preserved states. Additionally, subtle variations in design details or even small minting errors can increase significant value due to their scarcity in such well-preserved states. To determine if your 1990 with P. Jefferson nickel is in very fine condition, you'll need to inspect the coin carefully. Look for these key indicators. Jefferson's hair should have visible detail, though some flattening is acceptable. Prompter scans Walker's as he displays a cup carefully livid, each panel positively correlated with the previous one. Monticello's dome and windows should be distinct, with some wear visible on the steps. Light wear, but no major scratches, dents, or discoloration. If your coin matches this description, congratulations! You might be holding on to a valuable piece. So, how much is a 1990 with P. Jefferson nickel worth today? In very fine condition, the coin typically ranges from $70,000 in casual collector markets. However, higher graded examples such as those graded extremely fine or mint state can sell for $76,000 or more. Special coins with mint errors or unique toning have fetched upwards of at auctions. Value depends on factors like condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. If you've discovered a 1990 with P. Jefferson nickel in your collection, what's the best way to sell or trade it? Here are some options. Visit a trusted coin shop for an evaluation. Tables using coin tops, text protocols, and staking are great for reaching a global audience. Attend a coin show to connect with passionate collectors and dealers. If you believe your coin is in exceptional condition, consider getting it graded by a service to maximize its value. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting, Here are some tips for building your collection. Always handle coins by the edges to avoid damaging their surfaces. Store coins in protective holders to prevent scratches and tarnishing. Educate yourself about coin grading and the market to make informed decisions. And remember, sometimes the most valuable coins are the ones hiding in plain sight. Who knew a humble nickel could hold such potential? The 1990 with P. Monticello Jefferson nickel is a reminder that treasures can be found anywhere. Next up, we're diving deep into the fascinating story of the Monticello Jefferson nickel, minted in Philadelphia in 1987, and why collectors are willing to pay big bucks for this tiny piece of American history. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, featuring the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson on the front and his estate, Monticello, on the reverse. By 1987, the coin had been in circulation for nearly 50 years. But what makes the 1987 with P. Jefferson nickel so unique? The 1987 Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, denoted by the P mint mark. While billions of these coins were produced, certain details set specific coins apart, like their condition, color, and errors. Stay tuned, because you won't believe how much these nickels can fetch in today's market. Let's break it down. On the obverse, we have the timeless portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag. The reverse features a detailed depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home. But what makes the 1987 with P stand out? Collectors are particularly interested in 1987 with P nickels, with unique shades or patinas. A natural brown toning can occur due to the metal composition and environmental factors, adding rarity and aesthetic appeal. The condition of the coin plays a massive role in its value. Coins in good condition, with sharp details, minimal wear, and no major damage, are highly sought after. For the 1987 with P nickel, even coins in circulated condition can fetch surprising amounts if they have unique features like toning or errors. Graded coins, particularly those certified by, can command even higher premiums. A high-grade, brown-shaded 1987 with P. Jefferson nickel could be worth even thousands of dollars depending on demand. Error coins are the jackpot for collectors. Some 1987 with P nickels have been found with doubling on the lettering, or Monticello, while others exhibit off-center strikes or unique die cracks. These errors can multiply a coin's value exponentially. So how much is your 1987 with P. Jefferson nickel worth today? A regular nickel in circulated condition might be worth a value $70,000, but if it has that brown shade, toning, or an error, collectors are willing to pay anywhere from $76,000, sometimes more. In fact, some rare coins have fetched as much as $80,000 at auction. The key is knowing what makes your coin unique and getting it authenticated by a trusted grading service. If you think you've got a valuable 1987 with P. Jefferson nickel, here's what to do. Examine the coin under good lighting. Look for toning, errors, or unusual features. Get your coin graded by a reputable company. List it on auction platforms, heritage auctions, or specialized coin forums. Who knew a little 1987 with P nickel could hold so much potential? Whether you're a collector or just stumbled across one in your pocket change, it's time to start looking closely at your coins. That brown-shaded Monticello Jefferson nickel might just be your ticket to a small fortune. Next up, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of numismatics. In this video, we're talking about a coin that many of you may have overlooked. The 1999 Juan Chupico with Jefferson nickel. Could this 5-cent piece hiding in your pocket change be worth a small fortune in today's collector market? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American currency since 1938, when it replaced the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, the obverse side features the iconic portrait of President Thomas Jefferson, while the reverse showcases his Virginia home, Monticello. The 1999 D nickel was struck in Denver as denoted by the small d mint mark on the obverse side of the coin. In 1999, billions of these nickels were minted. Over 1 billion to be exact. While that might sound like a huge number, certain features and conditions can make some of these coins far more valuable than their face value. So, what makes the 1999 with D Jefferson nickel special? First, let's look at its overall condition. Coins in fine condition, meaning they show light wear but retain most of their details, are a solid starting point for collectors. But if your nickel has some unique characteristics, such as black spots, errors, or a high-quality strike, its value could increase dramatically. Black spots, like the ones seen on this coin, are often caused by environmental factors or improper storage. While they might seem like flaws, they can sometimes add a layer of uniqueness that intrigues collectors. Another factor that can boost the value of the 1999 Whit-D nickel is the presence of mint errors. These can include things like off-center strikes, die cracks, double dies. Weak strikes on the Monticello side zero coins are often rare and sought after by collectors, which makes them significantly more valuable than regular strikes. Always inspect your coins carefully under good lighting or with a magnifying glass to spot any potential errors. Now, let's talk about the current collector market. In 2024, a standard 1999 with D Jefferson nickel in condition is usually worth value $65,000. Coins with unique errors or in mint state condition, graded MS65 or higher, can fetch anywhere from $68,000 or more at auction. And if you have a certified error coin or an exceptional strike, the sky's the limit. Collectors today are willing to pay a premium for coins that are rare, have historical significance, or stand out due to their unique features. The key is to have your coin graded and authenticated by a reputable service, such as to maximize its value. So, you've got a 1999 with D Jefferson nickel. What should you do next? Here are some quick tips. Look for errors, unique markings, and overall condition. Cleaning your coin can reduce its value. Submit your coin to a professional grading service to determine its authenticity and quality. Check recent auction results and online listings to gauge the market value of your coin. Use platforms, heritage auctions, or local coin shops to find the right buyer. Who knew a humble nickel could be worth so much more? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, the 1999 Explorer with D Jefferson nickel is a great example of how every coin has a story and sometimes a surprising value. Be sure to check your pocket change and keep an eye out for these hidden treasures. Next up, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the Monticello Jefferson nickel, specifically the 1991 with D coin in very fine condition. If you have one of these coins sitting in your collection or even in your pocket change, you might want to stick around. By the end of this video, you'll know its true value in today's collector market and why it could be worth more than you think. Before we get into the specifics of the 1991 with D Monticello Jefferson nickel, let's set the stage. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of U.S. coinage since its debut in 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, this iconic coin features President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his historic home Monticello on the reverse. In 1991, the Denver Mint produced over 991 million Jefferson nickels. That's a staggering number. However, not all of these coins are created equal. Factors like condition, color, and rarity can significantly affect their value to collectors today. The D Mint mark, located to the right of Monticello, tells us this coin was minted in Denver. While most 1991 with D nickels are common, certain characteristics, such as a brown patina, can make them more desirable. Coins with this unique coloration, caused by oxidation or environmental exposure, often catch the eye of collectors. This is what we call a natural toning effect, and for collectors, it adds an aesthetic appeal that's hard to find in standard nickels. When it comes to coins, condition is king. The grade of your 1991 with D nickel can dramatically influence its value. Coins graded as very fine like this one show slight wear but retain much of their detail. Let's take a closer look at what defines a very fine Jefferson nickel. In a very fine coin, you'll notice some light wear on Jefferson's cheekbone and hair. Monticello's dome and steps may show some flattening, but the overall design is still sharp. So how much is this coin worth? In very fine condition, a standard 1991 with D nickel typically holds a face value $78,000. However, coins with unique toning, like this brown-shaded one, can sell for more. On average, these coins fetch anywhere from $82,000 on the collector market. If the toning is particularly attractive, or the coin has historical significance, it could even go higher. If you're looking to buy or sell a 1991 with D Monticello Jefferson nickel, here are some tips. Ensure the coin is graded properly. A very fine grade should have minimal wear. Unique colors like brown or rainbow toning can increase value. Always verify the coin's authenticity with a reputable dealer or grading service. Keep an eye on collector demand, as prices can fluctuate. If you want to preserve your 1991 with D nickel's value, proper storage is essential. Avoid cleaning the coin, as this can reduce its worth. Instead, store it in a protective holder in a cool, dry place to prevent further toning or damage. So there you have it. The 1991 with D Monticello Jefferson nickel may make you an overnight millionaire, and it's a fascinating piece of U.S. coinage with its own unique appeal. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a great addition to any collection. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating story of the 1973 Jefferson nickel, specifically one with no mint mark, a greenish hue, and in fine condition. Could this be a collector's dream? Let's find out. The Jefferson nickel has been a staple of American coinage since its introduction in 1938. Designed by Felix Schlag, the coin features a profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and a depiction of his famous Monticello estate on the reverse. By the 1970s, the design had been in circulation for decades, but the 1973 edition holds a unique place in the hearts of collectors. So, what makes the 1973 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark special? First, the absence of a mint mark indicates that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. This isn't unusual for nickels of that era, as the Philadelphia Mint didn't use a mint mark on nickels until 1980. However, it's the coin's unique condition and appearance that capture collectors' attention. Some 1973 nickels develop a greenish shade due to environmental exposure or oxidation over time. While this may seem like damage, it can add a unique aesthetic quality, making the coin stand out in a collection. When assessing the value of any coin, condition is critical. A coin in fine condition means it shows moderate wear, with major details still visible but lacking sharpness. For the 1973 Jefferson nickel, a fine condition coin may not command the highest price, but it's still sought after for its historical value. Now, let's talk dollars. What is a 1973 no mint mark Jefferson nickel in fine condition worth today? Generally, this coin in fine condition might fetch between $102,000, a life-changing sum. However, if the coin has unique characteristics like a striking green hue or airs from the minting process, its value could increase significantly. It's important to note that the market is always evolving. The demand for unique or error coins can surge, especially among passionate collectors. Checking with a trusted coin dealer or grading service can help determine the exact value of your coin. If you think you have a valuable 1973 Jefferson nickel, here are a few tips to maximize its potential. further wear or damage. Keep the coin in a protective case to avoid environmental exposure. A professional grading service can authenticate and certify your coin's condition. Stay informed about collector trends and auction results. While every 1973 Jefferson nickel will make you rich, every coin tells a story. Whether it's the history of its design, the mystery of its greenish hue, or its journey through decades of circulation, these small treasures connect us to the past. So, the next time you're sorting through your pocket change, take a closer look. You might just uncover a hidden gem. Next up, we're diving deep into the world of coin collecting and exploring the fascinating story behind the 1995 with P. Jefferson nickel. This coin, with its Monticello design and Philadelphia mint mark, may be worth more than just 5 cents in today's collector market, especially in very fine condition. Let's uncover its history, features, and current value. The Jefferson nickel was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo nickel. Designed by Felix Schlag, this coin features the iconic profile of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. The 1995 Jefferson nickel, like its predecessors, carries these timeless elements. The review recommended that purchasers glance at it. But what makes the 1995 with P. Monticello nickel special in the eyes of collectors? It's the combination of its mint mark, condition, and historical relevance. This extraordinary piece of collection was set apart for the world's semi-pristine grade nickel that it featured 2 muddy gulls swimming. First, let's talk about mint marks. The P on this coin indicates that it was minted at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1995, millions of Jefferson nickels were struck at this location, making them common in circulation. However, what sets your coin apart is its... In coin collecting, condition is everything. The 1995 with P. Jefferson nickel in very fine condition shows moderate wear, but its key details, like Jefferson's profile and the Monticello building, are still clearly visible. This grading puts it above average for circulated coins, while the 1995 with P. Jefferson nickel is not a rare coin by mintage numbers. Demand among collectors can elevate its value. Why? Collectors often seek specific years and mint marks to complete their Jefferson nickel sets. Coins from the 1990s are becoming increasingly sought after as younger collectors grow interested in coins from their childhood. Very fine or better condition coins are harder to find in circulation, especially as years go by. Now, the big question: how much is a 1995 with P. Monticello Jefferson nickel in very fine condition worth today? According to recent market research, in condition, these coins typically fetch $80,000, a highest increase over face value. In higher grades, such as MS65, the coin's value can climb to $86,000 or more. What P nickel is a hidden gem? Here are some tips. Use a magnifying glass to inspect for scratches, wear, and overall clarity. Look for die cracks, misprints, or doubling in the lettering, or Monticello design genuine Jefferson nickels weigh 5 grams. Any deviation might indicate a minting error. And remember, if you're serious about selling or preserving your coins, always store them in a protective holder to avoid further wear. Ready to sell or add to your collection? Here's where to start. A great place to get an initial appraisal. Websites often have listings for 1995 with P nickels that give you accurate information about what the collection is based on and what the handle meant. How much does it underweight? So, is your 1995 with P. Monticello Jefferson nickel the jackpot you've been hoping for? While it may make you rich overnight, it's a valuable piece of American history that deserves a place in any collection. Who knows, that nickel in your pocket might just have a story and value worth uncovering. Next up, we're diving into the fascinating world of coin collecting and examining the 1997 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark. Could your pocket change hold hidden treasures? Stay tuned to find out. The Jefferson nickel, first introduced in 1938, is one of the most recognizable coins in American history. Featuring the profile of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his historic Monticello home on the reverse, this coin has been a staple in American currency for decades. Today, we're specifically looking at the 1997 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark. Why? Because even a seemingly ordinary coin like this can become a collector's treasure. So, what's so special about the 1997 Jefferson nickel from the Philadelphia Mint? Well, it's not just its age, it's the condition, rarity, and unique traits that set certain coins apart in the collector's market. A 1997 Jefferson nickel in very fine condition is already appealing to collectors. Coins in condition show light wear but retain most of their details, especially around the high points like Jefferson's cheekbones and Monticello's columns. Coins with a unique grayish tone or patina often stand out to collectors. This natural discoloration occurs due to oxidation over time and can make a coin more visually striking, adding to its desirability. Even though millions of these nickels were minted, most were heavily circulated, making coins in better condition scarcer and more valuable. Now let's talk about money. How much is this nickel worth today? A typical 1997 with P. Jefferson nickel in condition might fetch around $77,000 from casual buyers. But wait, that's just the starting point. Serious collectors are always on the hunt for coins with unique characteristics, especially those with sharp details, eye-catching patinas, or interesting die errors. Uncirculated coins from 1997 with the P mint mark, especially those graded by professional services, can sell for $82,000 or more depending on the grade. A perfect MS-70 coin could go even higher. If you think you might have a valuable 1997 Jefferson nickel, here's how to evaluate it. Look for the P on the obverse side right next to Jefferson's portrait. Use a magnifying glass to inspect the details on Jefferson's face and Monticello. Coins with minimal wear are worth more. Check for doubling, misaligned dies, or other mint errors that could skyrocket the coin's value. Authentic nickels weigh about 5 grams. If your coin is significantly lighter or heavier, it could be a rare minting anomaly. Once you've evaluated your coin, the next step is selling it. Here are a few options. A great place to get a quick appraisal, though they might offer lower prices for resale. Platforms often attract competitive bids, especially for unique or high-grade coins. These events are perfect for connecting with serious collectors who may pay top dollar. So, there you have it. The 1997 Monticello Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark might be worth more than you think. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, always keep an eye out for hidden gems in your change. Who knows, that nickel in your pocket could turn into a valuable piece of history. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of coin collecting. Drop a comment below if you've found any interesting coins lately. We'd love to hear your story.